Homs is an ancient city believed to have been founded around 2500 BC when it was called Emesa. The old city was surrounded by stone walls that were built over the ruins of existing Roman walls, with many gates. Some of these gates include Bab al-Turkman, Bab al-Suq, Bab Hud, Bab Tudmur, Bab al-Sba', Bab al-Drib, Bab al-Turkman, and Bab al-Masdud. Each gate was flanked by 2 towers used for monitoring and defense, and the gates were closed at night to protect the city's inhabitants. Remnants of these walls and gates still exist today. In the late 19th century, signs of progress and prosperity appeared in Homs, particularly in construction and trade outside the city walls. Production and export activities increased. Covered markets and shops opened. And handicrafts flourished. In the 13th century AD, several buildings and palaces were constructed, including the Palace of Mufid al-Amin, believed to have been built in 1341, and Ad-Dar al-Kabira, or the Grand House. In the 19th century, the Az-Zahrawi Palace was built and later joined by Ad-Dar al-Kabira. Many other modern buildings and palaces also emerged, characterized by their beauty and artistry. They often featured black and white stones in their construction, with many Ottoman engineers contributing to their design and decoration. Government buildings also stood out for their elegance and beauty, such as the Government Center, the Bank of Rome, the Command Center, the Municipality Building, and others, some of which still stand today. Notable buildings and palaces from the late 19th century include the Palace of Abd al-Hamid Basha al-Drube, and the Palace of Mustafa Basha al-Husseini. In the early 20th century, more modern buildings and palaces were built, such as Beit Ajal, بيت رفول ناصر، قصر أنطون الطرابلسي، and قصر جوليا. The old city of Homs is particularly known for its historical sibat, or covered arched passages, dating back to the Roman era. These passages were used for safe and quick access between public and private buildings, offering protection from rain and sun, and connecting narrow alleys. Examples of these sibat include Sibat al-Drube, Sibat Beit al-Jundi, and many others which still exist today. Homs was ruled by Romans, Byzantines, and Mamluks after the Islamic conquest, and it was opened by Sultan Salim III before being colonized by the French until 1946. In the late 19th century, public cafes emerged. Commercial activities flourished. Looms were set up in the city, and mills were built on the Orontes River. Public transportation at that time relied on horse-drawn carriages. Later, a train station was established, and public buses replaced carriages by the late 1950s. One of the most distinguishing features of Old Homs is its mosques and churches. The most notable mosque is the Mosque of Khalid ibn al-Walid, initially a small mosque in the village of Al-Khalidiyya, outside Homs's walls. As the city expanded, this village became part of the city. The mosque was affected by natural events, as its minaret, dome, and walls were destroyed, but the mosque underwent several reconstructions. Its current form was built during the reign of Sultan Abdul Hamid, modeled after the Sultan Ahmad Mosque in Istanbul. Great Nuri Mosque was built on part of the Church of John. The mosque experienced numerous natural disasters and was renovated several times in the mid-18th century, but in a style that differed from its original form. At the beginning of the 19th century, modern commercial facades and shops were built covering its old fronts. It was also renovated on the inside. The district of Al-Arba'in Mosque, located in the northwestern section within Old Homs's walls, dates back to the era of Prince Hussein ibn Qaraqoz al-Kojaki. It is also known as Shahab Kojaki Mosque. Its defensive tower is still standing today. And the mosque was recently renovated. Other old mosques include the As-Sarraj Mosque in Bab el-Dreb, built during the Kojaki family's rule in 1340. The Bazarbashi Mosque in the Women's Market, built in 1631. The Mosque of Dhil Kila al-Himyari in Bab el-Dreb, believed to have been built in 636. Sheikh Musa al-Zahrawi Mosque from the Mamluk era, renovated in 1970. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud Mosque in Bab Hud, built during the Islamic Caliphate in 658 AD. Ka'b al-Ahbar Mosque, built in 636 AD. The Hanabila Mosque, built in 1337, along with the nearby Al-Abrar Mosque, led the area to be referred to as under the twin minarets. Mustafa Pasha al-Husseini Mosque, built between the 15th and 18th centuries and later included in the 19th century palace. Abu Lubbada Mosque, built by Khalil Bahadur from the Ayyubiya era during the rule of King Mujahid Shirako. It is believed that the old building dates back to the Byzantine era, as indicated by the inscriptions on its walls, which are still apparent today. Al-Nakhla al-Umari Mosque, believed to have been built in 1710. Abu Bakr Mosque near Bab al-Suq. And many other mosques still exist. Some have been renovated, while others have fallen into disrepair, remaining solely as witnesses to the city's heritage and history. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari Mosque, with an unknown construction date. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari Mosque, thought to have been built in the early 13th century and renovated in 1246. The Dahiyya al-Kulabi Mosque in Bab Hud, built during the Ottoman period in the 16th century. Ad-Dummal Mosque, whose mineral water was believed to have been able to cure boils and abscesses, hence its name. Bakshur Mosque. Umar ibn Abd al-Aziz Mosque, with a prayer hall built above the tomb in 1894. Tomb and Mosque of King Mujahid Shirako in Bab Dreb. Mosque of the Companions, Wahshi in Thoban in Jamal ad-Din district. Homs is known for being the home of many graves belonging to the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, such as the Khatib Cemetery, as well as shrines of many holy scholars like the Kojakiya, or Holy Lodge Shelter. Rifa'iyya Zawiya, or the Holy Corner. The Saadiyya Zawiya. The Abul Hol Shrine in Bustan al-Diwan district. Zawiyat al-Qadam in the back of the Citadel district. The Prophet Hud Shrine in Bab Hud that was built during the Umayyad period in the 7th century. The Al-Ash'ari Shrine in Salibat al-Asiyati. The Shrine of King Mujahid Shirako, which was built after his death in 1169 AD. There are other shrines for known historical deceased scholars. Homs also has several old churches, like the Church of al-Zinnar, the Lady of the Belt, believed to have been built in 59 AD. Containing what is thought to be the brooch of the belt of the Virgin Mary, hence the church's name. Mar Ilyan Monastery, or St. Elian Monastery and Church, built in 432 AD. The Evangelical Church. The Roman Orthodox Church, and the Church of Our Lady of Peace in Bustan al-Diwan district. Many public water fountains were established in Homs's streets and markets, as well as at the entrances of palaces and mosques to quench the thirst of people, travelers, and passers-by. Many of these fountains have dried up and deteriorated, with their remnants still visible today. During the Ottoman era, many public baths were built, such as the Al-Basha bath, the Salibat al-Asiyati bath, the Safa bath, and the Saraj bath, which were famous landmarks. These baths have mostly crumbled and vanished, with only some remnants remaining today. Homs was a commercial passage for neighboring areas, leading to the establishment of many inns in the city center and along travel routes, such as the Drube Inn, Al-Ashar Inn, As-Saraya Street Inn, and Asba'i Inn. These inns provided rest, food, drink, and care for travelers and their animals, as well as exchanging trade. Most of these inns have disappeared, leaving only a few traces. Homs Castle or Citadel. This is believed to date back to the Hamdanis era, later rebuilt by the Ayyubis on its ruins, with most of its buildings and towers destroyed. Only a few remains are still visible today. In the early 20th century, significant urban development occurred, expanding the city in all directions, with modern tall buildings in every neighborhood, constructed with blocks, cement, and iron instead of black stones. Many wide and side streets were opened and paved with asphalt. The old, ancient stone-paved roads and alleys were also covered with asphalt, erasing their historic features along with much of the city's heritage. Homs preserved its old covered markets, renovating them after the damage caused by time, restoring their roofs, and reviving their activities. These markets remain active today and are among Homs's famous landmarks. Nightlife in Homs evolved with the opening of many restaurants and rest stops, as well as modern cafes frequented by residents until late at night. The city's ancient ruins and artifacts suffered from neglect, lack of appreciation, and unlawful financial interests, with most of them disappearing, leaving only a few witnesses to their ancient history. But Homs holds a special place in the hearts of those who have lived in it, with a longing for it always present in those who have been away for a long time.